Today, we're diving into Richard Shotton's incredible book, The Choice Factory, to figure out what's really going on behind the scenes every single time we make a decision. Okay, let's get right into it. Think about it. Every single day, you are making hundreds, maybe even thousands of choices. Some are tiny, some are huge. But how much control do you really have over them? Seriously, was it just the taste, the price, or was there something else at play? Something happening just beneath the surface that you didn't even notice? We all like to think we're these super logical beings, carefully weighing the pros and cons of everything. But here's the thing. Behavioral science tells us a totally different story. Turns out, a lot of the time, our brains are just running on autopilot.
All right, so let's pull back that curtain and take a peek inside, into your brain's very own hidden factory.
Now, the real workers in this factory, they're what we call cognitive biases. And get this, they're not bugs, they're features. These are basically mental shortcuts our brains have developed to handle a world that's just overflowing with choices. They help us decide fast, but not always in the most logical way. And this is where the book's big idea comes in. Richard Shotton has this brilliant name for our subconscious mind, the choice factory. It's this place where all these biases are working away 24/7, building our decisions long before we're even consciously aware of it. Okay, so to really get how this factory works, let's actually follow a few of your decisions through a normal day. We're going to see these biases pop up in real time. All right, so we're back in that coffee shop. You're staring at the menu, and there are 2 new blends you've never tried. How on earth do you pick one? But then you spot a little sign next to one of them. Yeah, it's a bit pricier, but it's got this little note on it. And before you even know it, you're pointing and saying, I'll have that one. So, what just happened there? Well, you just got a little nudge from something called social proof. This is a huge one. It's this deep-seated bias where we just assume that if a bunch of other people are doing something, well, it must be the right move. It's an old survival thing, right? Safety in numbers. The shortcut in your factory is simple. If it's popular, it's gotta be good. All right, let's fast forward a bit. Now it's evening. You're kicking back, scrolling online, and you find a pair of headphones that look great. Awesome reviews. You're thinking, maybe I'll sleep on it, buy them tomorrow. And then, bam, you see that little message in bright red letters? All of a sudden, your pulse quickens a little, right? That casual browsing just became a race against the clock. And just like that, they're in your cart and you're hitting buy. That, my friends, was the scarcity bias at work. See, when something is limited, our brain's factory immediately flags it as being more valuable. We're just hardwired to see rarity as a sign of quality. And that fear of missing out, FOMO, it's so powerful it can just steamroll our more patient, logical side. Okay, last stop on our little journey today. You just bought the headphones and it's time to pay. Now you might think, does it really matter how I pay? Oh, it absolutely does. Just think about it for a second. Tapping your phone or swiping a piece of plastic, it feels kind of abstract, right? Almost like it's not real money. But counting out cold, hard cash and handing it over, you feel that. It's tangible. This perfectly illustrates what's called the pain of payment. See, credit cards and digital payments put some distance between us and our money. They literally reduce the psychological ouch of spending. And because of that, we're way more likely to buy something and probably spend more than we would if we were using cash. So, social proof, scarcity, the pain of payment, these aren't just random little quirks of our brains. Nope. They are key parts of a blueprint that really smart marketers use to understand and, influence what we do. And this slide is so cool because it really shows you the before and after of marketing. The old way of thinking assumed we were all super rational, like little economists. But what behavioral science has shown us is the truth. We're all about those mental shortcuts. The context we're in matters way more than our personality. And honestly, watching what people do is a million times more accurate than listening to what they say they'll do. And the choice factory is just packed with these tools. We've literally only touched on 3 today, but Shotton's book breaks down 25 different biases that affect everything from our first impressions of something to how we even feel about a product's flaws. So for marketers, the big idea is to work with our human nature, not against it. But that definitely brings up a really important question. Where's the line between a helpful nudge in the right direction and straight-up manipulation? It can be a very, very fine line. But here's the thing. This knowledge isn't just for marketers trying to sell you stuff. For us, for you and me, understanding how this factory works, well, that's the first step to actually getting behind the control panel yourself. Because when you start to spot these biases in your own life, it's about more than just being a smarter shopper. You're actually getting this incredible new lens to understand yourself and to understand why people around you do the things they do. It's like a crash course in human nature. And this quote from Shotton right here really nails it. It's not just about knowing the biases exist. The real key is understanding the exact moment and the specific place where our automatic brain takes over. That's where the magic happens. So the next time you're about to make a choice, any choice, just hit pause for a second. Ask yourself, who's really driving right now? Is it me, or is it the hidden machinery in my own choice factory? Because in the end, awareness, that's your most powerful tool.